If you read the first series of Warrior Cats, you know of the black and white apprentice named SWIFTPAW. Spoilers for Warrior Cats in the Wild through to the last hope. SWIFTPAW happens to be one of my favorite characters, and a character I feel like was tossed aside in writing. Not only for plot, but in the sense that his death had so much potential written behind it that went unnoticed. Let me explain. Swift was born sometime in the prophecies begin as the son of Patchpelt and Goldenflower, and the brother to Lynxkit. Since his mother is Goldenflower, this also means he is half-brother to Bramblekit, who is later Brambleclaw, and Tawnykit, who is later Tawny Pelt. And on his father's side, who is Patchpelt, this also makes him Longtail's half-brother. Keep this in mind, I will come back to it. During his apprentice ceremony in Fire and Ice, his name becomes SwiftPaw, and he is apprenticed under Longtail. Now, at this point in time in the series, Fireheart brings in Cloudkit, his nephew and son of Princess, of whom has Kittypit blood, since Warrior Cats is unnecessarily racist for no reason. Cloudkit is raised under Brindleface alongside Fernkit and Ashkit. So keep noted that SwiftPaw is significantly older than Cloudkit, as apprentices are named after 6 months. Now, SwiftPaw isn't the only apprentice at the time. As listed in the allegiances for Fire and Ice, as well as Forest of Secrets, the other apprentices are Thornpaw, Brightpaw, and later Fernpaw, Ashpaw, and Cloudpaw. SwiftPaw is still older than Cloudpaw and has been training for longer than he has. During Bluestar's downfall as a leader, not long after, having lost her faith in StarClan and trust in her clanmates, she refuses to make apprentices warriors. So when SwiftPaw is sent back to camp while Cloudpaw is left in battle, leaving Bluestar to promote Cloudpaw to Cloudtail, tension is raised. SwiftPaw should have been promoted to a warrior before this. However, due to Bluestar's lack of faith, she believed that no clan cats were trustworthy and or had proved themselves. And since Cloudtail had not believed in StarClan and had proved himself by staying in battle, he was counted as an exception. This infuriates SwiftPaw and the other apprentices, leading to Longtail having a confrontation with Fireheart about it. Fireheart later explaining he will talk to Bluestar. Time passes and nothing changes. At this point in time, Brindleface has been killed by an unknown force. That force later being revealed to have been a pack of dogs led by Tigerstar, who at the time may have been Tigerclaw. I might have to fact check. Eventually, the apprentices are past the normal age for becoming warriors and decide that if Bluestar wants them to prove themselves, then they will. Brightpaw and SwiftPaw head off into the night to find the dogs having been the cause of Brindleface's death. This was a grave mistake. Fernpaw informs Fireheart that SwiftPaw and Brightpaw had not yet returned, and a patrol is sent out to find them. The patrol finds both cats, SwiftPaw's body mauled to pieces, cold and unmoving, while Brightpaw is in a similar state, except she is alive. Yes, realistically both cats would have been killed, but the series is fictional, so it does not matter.
Hey, twin, just because he's a cat don't mean he ain't got that dog in him. And speaking of which, I think SwiftPaw could relate.
Stop! Stop! Back to the point. SwiftPaw is dead and his mentor is informed of such. This bothers me. Like I mentioned previously, Longtail was not only SwiftPaw's mentor, but his half-brother. They are blood-related and had a very close relationship. SwiftPaw is never mentioned any time after this, not only by the plot, but by Longtail himself. While Warrior Cats is known for its long list of flaws and bad writing, this one specifically frustrates me. Grief is a very looked at aspect of this unnecessarily long cat series, but I feel as though it's not handled in the right way for a lot of characters. Many cats die in the series, but more than 90% of them are not grieved or talked about in the way that some chosen characters are. Spoilers for the Broken Code incarnate. Bristlefrost was grieved in such a way that not only affected Rootspring and cats around her, but later her mother. I have not read Ivypool's Heart as of current, but I am aware of Bristlefrost's reference and or cameo, as I believe was mentioned to be a deer. While yes, I understand that SwiftPaw is a background character unlike Bristlefrost, I also understand this is a stupid cat series. And I also understand that I'm only saying this because I'm a SwiftPaw fan. But I'm not only talking about him. Even Spotted Leaf was talked about more after her death than SwiftPaw was, and I'm still not entirely sure why, other than guiding Fireheart, which I guess makes sense, but was it extremely necessary in my opinion? And no, I'm not talking more about Spotted Leaf because I'm not mentioning her novella, nor going into any detail about how I feel because this entire fandom is a bunch of. Back to my point. Longtail would have, and should have, grieved his brother, and since Longtail was formerly an ally of Tigerclaw, who was responsible for the dog's at fault of SWIFTPAW's death, I think he would have done something about it, whether that be confront Tigerclaw himself, or to avenge his apprentice and brother's death. I've considered making an AU map, which, knowing the fandom, I'll likely find something similar within days of posting. Also keep in mind, I did not make this video to talk about the fandom, or what I hate about warrior cats. I just wanted to explain how I felt about a character I liked and how I would have liked if familial relationships were explored and referenced more than they were originally. Though to be fair, I also do really like angst. That is it. Thank you for watching if you did, and I'm glad someone liked hearing me rant about my son.